I've talked about ngContainer, but there's a related directive called ngTemplate. Since now, when I use the template word, I was talking about the view associated with each component. However, in web development, a template is a wider concept. It is a group of DOM elements that is expected to be reused along views. Angular provides the ngTemplate directive with this purpose, so you can define some structure and reuse or repeat it along your views. In fact, ngTemplate is the mechanism that Angular uses internally when you want to repeat elements using a loop with the ngFor directive. I want to show you how ngTemplate works. Open app-component.html down to the bottom. The first thing is to remove the last app-simple-alert view that I'm not using now. And then I want to focus in the countdown and simple alert view. Imagine now that you want to repeat this one element in different places with same title and message. Instead of repeating it several times, you can write it inside the template, and this way you will only need to repeat the template. Let's do it. I create the ngTemplate, and I move all this stuff inside the ngTemplate. Let me show you something before using the template. If I go to the browser and click play on some counter, it starts the countdown, and by the end, now instead of the alert, I get a cancel error. What does this error say? Let's see. Cannot read property show of undefined. Of course, this is because I have moved the app-simple-alert view inside the ngTemplate directive. So right now, this element does not exist on my view. ngTemplates are not rendered themselves. The only thing I have now is a template with this content, but this template has not been used anywhere yet. Okay, now that this has been clarified, let me show you how to use the template. What you have to do is to create a template reference variable in order to use the template along the view. So I create this variable here with hashtag time and template. Now I can use it in the view, and guess how? The best way is by using an ngContainer. So ngContainer, and to tell the container it has to use a specific template, I have to use the directive ngTemplate outlet, and I bind it to the variable time and template that is the name of my template reference variable. Now my template is being inserted here, and in fact I can use it as many times as I want. I told you this is a template that I can reuse anywhere in my view. Okay, let's see the browser. Everything seems fine. I click play and then I wait to the countdown, and now I can see again the alert view, so I can right click on it and pick inspect, and I can see in the DOM my app simple alert view, but also below I have another simple alert view, and the third one, and the fourth one, so I have now 4 elements like this. In fact, I can go to my code in app-component.ts and console log every one of those elements with console log item in order to log all of those items of type simple alert view component that I repeated by using a template. As you can see here in my console, here are all my simple alert view components, not only one, but 4 of them. So summing up, you can see how thanks to a template, I have written this content only once, but then I have been able to use it several times. You can even go further and pass parameters to your template by using a context. The context is defined by some let attributes and their internal variables. Let me show you how. In the template, I can add a let message attribute, so inside it I will have a message variable. And I can create also a let title, so inside I will have a title variable. I can also define the name of the properties of the received context, like for example, title. What does this mean? I can use inside here the title variable. As it's a variable, I have to use a property binding. Now, I'm saying that the input title property of my alert view is binded to the title variable I will receive from outside. And I can do the same thing with message, binded to the message variable. Of course, in order to provide those inputs, I need to pass some context to the ngContainer that is using the template. Let me show you how to do it with the first one. This requires another directive that is called ngTemplate outlet context. And inside here, I basically need to pass an object with the properties you have defined outside, like title, that can be game over. Remember that I can use title because in the let title I have specified this will be associated with the title property of the context. However, I have not defined a property for message. For those situations, I can use the property $implicit. And here, in $implicit, I write timer ended. That will be the message displayed by this alert. Okay, if I save this and move to the browser, you can see in the console output all my alert views. However, the first one have a different message saying timer ended and a different title, game over. And in fact, if you start some countdown, you can see the alert with game over title and timer ended message because the alert shown is the first one detected. Okay, let's summarize this video. I presented you the ng-template directive that allows you to create content fragments that you can repeat along your view. Also, you have used the ng-container and ng-template outlet directives to repeat the previous template several times in your DOM. Finally, you have learned how to receive and use variables in your template with the ng-template outlet context directive.